Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 2 is getting painfully close. And after the way Volume 1 ended, the Duffers might as well have slapped a giant "You're not ready" sign across the screen. And honestly, they'd be right. Because Volume 1 didn't just set up a finale, it set up a collapse, a reset, a reckoning of the entire Stranger Things mythos. So today, we're breaking down how Volume 2 could realistically end, why Kali, aka 8, suddenly matters again, the reveal that Vecna was never the final villain, and why the Mind Flayer has been steering this story since the moment Will Byers disappeared. This is full spoiler territory. This is deep lore territory. This is the territory where Stranger Things stops being a monster show and becomes a cosmic horror story. Let's dig in. 1. Vecna and Will are both puppets, the Mind Flayer's long game. Volume 2 is going to rip the curtain off the biggest truth of the series. Herne Creel was never the mastermind. He was the first victim. Will Byers was supposed to be the second. Everything points to a single narrative spine. The Mind Flayer has been running a multi-decade possession project recruiting human hosts who can survive exposure to Dimension X. And that starts in one place, the cave Henry discovered as a kid. The stage play The First Shadow already revealed Henry encountered Dimension X tech there, tech that blasted him into a realm ruled by something older, darker, and infinitely smarter. The Mind Flayer didn't team up with Henry. It rewrote him. When 11 later sent him into the Upside Down, his ability to infect the real world got disrupted. So the Mind Flayer needed a replacement vessel. Enter Will Byers, age 12, same age Henry was when he was claimed. This is why the connection between Will and the Upside Down won't sever. This is why his emotions broadcast into the hive mind. This is why Vecna was drawn to him uniquely. They're running the same corrupted code. But here's the difference. Henry broke. Will didn't. And Volume 2 may finally show Will turning that connection into a weapon, using hive mind access against Vecna, tracking him, attacking him, freezing the creatures he once feared. The moment Will fights back will be the moment Vecna realizes he's not the predator anymore. 2. Jonathan's death, the tragedy that signals the endgame. Jonathan Byers has been narratively drifting for 2 seasons, until Volume 1 quietly gave him a purpose again. Murray slipping him the hidden ring wasn't just a sweet moment. It was a death flag wrapped in a love story. Stranger Things loves emotional rug pulls, and giving Jonathan a hopeful path right before the finale is exactly the setup the Duffers use when someone is about to die meaningfully. Jonathan dies, Nancy discovers the ring, her entire arc snaps into focus. And narratively, Jonathan's heroism bookends his introduction. He started Season 1 risking everything for the people he loved. He'll end the series doing the same, probably fighting the Demorganor trail that leads straight into Vecna's new lair. His death gives emotional weight not just to Nancy, but to Will, whose entire character began with Jonathan as his anchor. This death would hurt, but it would matter. 3. Kali, aka 8, Vecna's secret weakness. Kali was never a pointless character. She was early setup the show wasn't ready to pay off until now. Her ability, illusion casting, powerful enough to rewrite someone's sensory reality. Vecna's biggest vulnerability? Trauma-triggered memory disruption. The Mind Flayer used Henry's trauma against him in the past to weaken him. Kali can replicate that, deliberately. Imagine this scene. Kali forces Vecna to relive his mother's betrayal, his sister's death, his Dimension X abduction, the moment he became a vessel instead of a person. Suddenly Vecna isn't a god. He's Herne Creel again, terrified and unstable. 11 supplies the brute force. Will controls the hive mind. Kali breaks Henry psychologically. A 3-way coordinated takedown. The three children whose lives were broken by the system Brenner built, finally breaking the monster Brenner accidentally unleashed. It's poetic, it's symmetrical, and it's exactly the kind of ending the Duffers love. 4. Vecna's lair, the physical core of the Upside Down. Volume 1 hinted at a new space, a physical lair in the Upside Down where Vecna is hiding children. This is not mind space. The Duffers confirmed it is a real location, which means the lair is a weakness. The kids can reach it. This is where Max and Holly's story converges, and this is where the final battle may begin. If Max escapes the mental labyrinth and wakes from her coma, she will know exactly where Vecna's true body is, because she's seen the architecture inside his mind. Max may be the one who leads the group to the lair. Holly's involvement hints at a wrinkle in time parallels, meaning travel between memory realms and physical realms becomes symbolic and literal. And just like Hopper escaped his isolated prison arc, Max may escape hers and sprint straight into the final showdown. 5. The real finale. Destroying the Upside Down itself. Vecna's death isn't the end. His boss is still alive. The Mind Flayer is still the architect. The Upside Down is still breathing, and closing the gate does nothing. We've seen that fail multiple times. Volume 2's real climax might revolve around destroying the Upside Down permanently, exposing whatever lives behind the circular wall Hopper found, and revealing the entity that rewrote Henry and tried to rewrite Will. But here's the dark twist. To destroy the Upside Down, Will may have to die. He feels the hive mind's pain. He suffers when it burns. He froze when the vine screamed. He is, in essence, connected code. If the Upside Down collapses, he could collapse with it. It's tragic, it's full circle, and it's the narrative closure Stranger Things has been building toward since day one. Will Byers started the story. Will Byers ends it. So that's how I think Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 2 could end. Not with a simple boss fight, but with a layered unraveling of Henry, the Mind Flayer, the Upside Down, and the characters who've been tied to it since the very beginning. But this is only the surface. Volume 2 is about to rewrite Stranger Things lore forever, and every frame of Volume 1 is a clue pointing to it. So if you want to stay ahead of the theories, the breakdowns, the lore, make sure you're subscribed, because when Volume 2 drops, this channel is going full detective mode. Drop your ending theory in the comments, especially your thoughts on Will's fate, and I'll see you in the next one.